Hello guys, I'm back. Today I'm coming right at you with a question. Should you rewatch movies? Now, I'm the type of guy who really doesn't rewatch any movie. I just don't. I just watch a new one. There are a few movies that I did rewatch. Um, and recently I rewatched Breakfast Club. Um, and I definitely have some thoughts about that. So, it's been, let's say, about 5 years since I watched this movie. Um, and 5 years is a long time. And when I watched this movie, I think I was about 15, 14, right about by the middle school, in high school. So my this is where I wanted to get into it with this video. This is what I was going to get into. Um, Look, when you're younger, your views on the world and probably on yourself and movies and in general are a lot different. Um, and I feel like when you grow older, you get less excited about certain things and maybe more excited about others. And maybe you see certain things in different perspectives. And I mean, I definitely got that with this movie, The Breakfast Club. Since I rewatched it, I I remember when I watched it originally, I thought I thought Bender was a pretty cool character. Like he's kind of a stud. He doesn't give a shit. He smokes. And now, since I rewatched it, I think he's a loser. Yeah, he's just an absolute prick. That really changed. Hmm. And then I thought, like, well, I remembered this movie because of him, and like why he was such a cool character and such a interesting one. And now I rewatched this movie, and it's not, it's not the same anymore. I don't know, just food for thought, I guess. The same can be said about video game stuff. I played video games. I don't like them as much anymore. Hmm. Well, anyway, I also watched American Psycho again. I thought that movie was fantastic when I watched it the first time. I mean, you can say a lot about it, like how it's probably the best portrayal of the inner masculine urge to be to be to be crazy. Your inner urges to let them just out. That's probably what this movie's um, best summed up by. He's just a guy with a lot of urges, and in the end, who just goes all out and goes crazy, and in the end he can't handle it, and he cannot handle it anymore. But still, in the end, it's kind of weird though, because he's did he do it? Didn't he do it? It's just in his imagination. It's really weird. And with the drawings, the secretary uh, sees. So was it just a dream? Was it just his imagination? There's no doubt in my mind that he is crazy. But if he did commit all his crimes, that's something else differently. Well, anyway, I would rewatch this movie and then I thought, well, this isn't this. I thought this was a great movie. I definitely thought that, but I remembered that I did forget a lot of things. I for, I forgot a lot of things about this movie. It's still an incredible movie, but the first time you see a movie, it's just a whole other. It's another experience. Then, yeah, I don't know. It seems like another movie when you watch it the first time. That's why maybe I'm a little bit cautious when I'm trying to rewatch some movies because it 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 could ruin the first experience, and maybe you can't you can't leave those two apart, those experiences. You can't do that. So you can't separate them. And maybe you'll get a bad taste in your mouth because of one movie. Um, and that's not good. Anyway, um, so American Psycho I did watch. Yeah, I rewatched Good Will Hunting as well, but I will go into another video about that. So this is not for this video. But another one other thing I want to add is like, why rewatch a movie when you could just see a new one? Why rewatch a new movie when you can just see a new one? And then I don't mean like a new one. I do not mean a new one in the sense of, oh, a new one in the cinema. So one that recently came out. But I mean just an old one. It could be any number. I for example, I used to go on IMDb and I just go on the top 100 movies of all time. You know, The Shawshank Redemption, Godfather, um, The Dark Knight, these kind of movies, and I just almost watch all of them, and then you get a pretty good sense of what's a what's a good movie, and when you rewatch the movies before you had your standards, maybe your standards shifted, they're less enjoyable, definitely. I think that's kind of the reason why The Breakfast Club wasn't such a good movie anymore when I watched it, because the characters in that movie are kind of stereotypical, and I get that's the purpose of the movie, but um, it didn't hit right anymore. No, so yeah, and you ruined the first experience. That's the most important thing I want to add. The first time you see a movie, I also did. That's kind of my previous video about It's a Wonderful Life. That's the first time I watched that movie and it was beautiful. And now I'm kind of scared that when I watch the movie for the second time, that it isn't going to be any good, or isn't is going to be less good. Actually, let me rephrase it. I'm afraid that it's going to be less good than the first time I saw it. Yeah, and I hope it doesn't. It will. I hope that it will still be as good and still give me those chills and those feelings as it did the first time. But I'm not sure. So I'm gonna watch it. That movie, A Wonderful Life, next Christmas, and then I'll see about that. So anyway, uh, thanks for watching, guys. Um, do I have anything to add? No, I don't. If you got anything to say, add it in the comments. I mean, I don't. I don't have anything to add now. Maybe in another video, but I will go on and leave it here. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. See ya.